events, industry events I go to, it's always a, yo, ma'am, you created a production. And our first live event, which is going to be real cool, I already thought about it, independently, like, take on 5 minutes of a straight interview. To give them that experience that they may have not necessarily had prior. This is our destiny, God. If not us, then who? Still us, because you have assigned this day for us. You've assigned this moment, you've assigned this appointment, you've assigned the 5-minute call for us and to us. You have beckoned and we have answered, and we're making ourselves available to the message that you want to be delivered not only to the people, but through us as vessels of your word, as vessels of transformation. So we thank you, God. We thank you for the experiences that you afford us. We thank you for this day that you've blessed us with. And we thank you for the gift of storytelling. We do not take it for granted. And this day we honor as our gratitude to you and our submission to our call. This big smile on my face is evidence of one thing, that I am so happy and so blessed to be made available to yet another season of the 5-minute call. To all of you that have held my hand on the previous journey into this one, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank you enough.
I appreciate you.
This episode in and of itself is just going to be brief reflections on things that I learned from season 1 and things that I'm taking forward into this next installment. So to all of you who've liked, shared, subscribed, thank you so very much. Please keep doing that. Please keep sharing this, not because but because I've actually got something of value and substance to say and to share. I've said it many a times that this platform is all about sharing. It's about building this industry. It's giving back the love to this world of entertainment that has loved me so generously. So, yes, of course, this is season 2 of the 5-minute call.
Yeah, feel like John Moran. Need a triple-double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Feel like John Moran. Need a triple-double. Told him check the stats. Yeah, I got a couple. I don't drive the ball. Now I never fumble. I'm the MVP. Now I feel like Russell. Yeah, I need it now. Told him on the lay.
The very first thing that I have to do is take my hat off to, if I could, I'd rip my wig off to every single person who is involved in the content creation space. Guys, it's not easy. And if there's been one solid, very humbling lesson, it's been this very platform that is 5-minute call, being a YouTuber. It is so demanding. It requires so much consistency from you, and I've had to marry in this platform into all the other things that I do, and I'm so grateful to Function the XYZ that hold me accountable to myself, but also they're so deeply invested in the work, and I really, really cannot thank you guys enough, but I also cannot appreciate and give my adoration and respect to every single person, every YouTuber, every TikToker, every writer, every producer, every musician, every person in the creative realm. It's so broad, it's so vast. Every videographer, photographer, especially in times like these where, and I'm not gonna dwell too much on how difficult, the world of critique and judgment is, but there's a lot of vulnerability that is required of you when it comes to putting out your work. And whether or not you are in the visual art space, whether it's digital art, it takes a lot of vulnerability and it takes a lot of self-encouragement and trusting the process and trusting yourself to be able to do this. I said on the very first episode of the 5-minute call that this is a faith exercise. It's a faith test. And I said, let me stand firmly in the here and the now and do as I've been called to do. I know this is something that is bigger than me. And this year as a whole has been God asking me, how much do you trust me? And I had to ask myself, Dumelo, how much do you trust yourself? And can you truly immerse yourself in what you're being called to do? And the mere fact that we're on season 2 is really a testimony to God's promises and really what it means to honor the call that he has on my life. And it's all things that are bigger than me. Many a times I've mentioned that it has absolutely nothing to do with popping on social media. It has absolutely nothing to do with the clout, recognition, but everything to do with holding the hand of the next best. It's about informing every single person who is in love with this world, if not in love with wanting to become a content creator or a filmmaker or storyteller or anything really, maybe someone who has a keen curiosity and wants to learn more. This is where you can really dive into the hub of sharing, because honestly speaking, we don't have enough platforms like this, nor do we have, you just look in your search engine and you ask, how do I get an agent? How do I, what casting, all of those things, it's very difficult to come by. So if you want a safe space to learn, a safe space to share and to gain more knowledge, then this is exactly the home for that. So again, hats off to all content creators. You guys are doing so solidly, and really stay the course. Remain on the treadmill, keep your eye, keep focused, and stay ready, stay ready.
Life is like an elevator, up, down.
And don't allow the external noise to dictate what your voice should sound like, what your walk should look like, what your journey should exist like. Look for the people that are applauding you. All the other stuff is here today and gone tomorrow.
They will try to close the door on you. Just open it. Just open it. We don't see them.
Honest reflections on season 1. First and foremost, consistency is a must. Committing yourself to the process. It's signing a contract. When I put out episode 1, I was committing to this. It's like a contract. Once I put this episode out, you guys can expect the best of the best from me and my incredible team. And season 2 is another iteration of that. I know, functions, yo, Ika, dire, tiamu guys, you know, they wrestle a lot with me, trying to find time in my schedule, trying to get a call sheet out of me. I still haven't sent them one. From episode 1 of season 1, I said, guys, call sheet, let's rock. But you know, we still keep doing what we do, and we do what we love, and that's make ourselves available to you. But another thing is also just remaining humble in the process and managing your expectations. Look, as a content creator, the immediate assumption is that because you love something, it will resonate with people immediately. That isn't the case. For me, I suppose also running my business as Sele Jewelry has made me understand that you cannot preempt and you cannot assume how people will react and respond to something. I jumped to Sele Jewelry, I'm like, 1 million followers, we gonna pop. Gradual. It was a gradual, and it is still a continuous growth. And that's the same thing with 5 Minute Call. I was like, if just 1%, even if just 1% of my 1.2 million followers watch, we good. If they subscribe, we nice.
Man!
Y'all are some liars. Y'all some liars. Nonetheless, it always meets the eyes and the ears of those who need the information the most. And the DMs and the affirmations that I've received from people saying, Candace, I actually have a better understanding of this industry that I've always been curious about. And thank you so much. Candace, I didn't even know that actors are really struggling to make ends meet. Candace, I had no idea the amount of work that is required to prepare a script. All those things are the fundamental reasons why this platform was important. And there's been plenty of expectations that have come into the space with, but none of them were based on ego. Naturally, it came from a place of what the commitment means and what it also means to show up for that commitment. And that's why it's such a formidable thing to have people hold my hand in this journey, to hold me accountable in this journey, and to hold me up in the very same journey as well.
Keep your head above water. The key to success is to keep your head above the water.
The reality of the 5 Minute Call is being audacious is a very interesting task and undertaking. I'm very vocal about the things that I truly believe in, and I hold true to being authentic. I think it's been a bit of a shocker to a lot of people that have said some of the things that I've said on this platform, not from a place of being overtly controversial, but I have a lot of industry peers that have gone, damn, Candace, thank you for holding space. Thank you for being the mouthpiece. Thank you for taking the road less traveled. Thank you for standing in the gap. and acknowledging the challenges that we all have, and we speak about them in our dressing rooms. We speak about them when we Instagram, we speak about them when we pass each other rockets or whatever. But it really is about having the conversations, because it starts with the talk, and then the change starts to happen. It becomes a reverberation, it becomes infectious, it becomes contagious. And eventually we all then start to own our journey, but then challenge the powers that are very part and parcel in carving it as well. So I'm very, very grateful for how people have received the work, and I'm so grateful for what is to come. Speaking of which, season 2 of the 5 Minute Call, what's in store?
Oh, snap.
Season 2 is arguably going to be my favorite. It's weird because only one season to compare it against, but it's because it's a season that's of service. And if you know me, you know that I love to teach. If you know me, that I love to minister through my work, but I also like to bring people into the space that honor the craft of storytelling, but are also keen on learning and growing more. So in this season, I am for the very first time going to have guest presenters. Yeah. And by all means, guest presenters who are potentially inexperienced, who love the thought of presenting, who love the idea, or who feel as though they have a gift of hosting, and they just want to know what it feels like to be in front of the camera. Once upon a time, when I was still a teacher at OnQ Interface School of TV and Radio, one of my favorite things to do was to also coach young people how to speak in front of the camera, how to be good orators, how to be good communicators, how to be great hosts, so on and so forth. So the mere fact that I'm getting to exercise that skill set in the space that we are creating, in this platform and this home that we are creating, I am absolutely excited, absolutely honored. Very, very soon I will be putting out a call out to action. But for now, you can enjoy the next episodes coming up, because shortly thereafter, the doors are opening to you.
Just open it.
Keen presenter, passionate storyteller. Let's make this our home. Mikasa, Sukasa. I keep telling y'all, and I'm putting my money where my mouth is.
Well, millions is millions, bound baby.
Another aspect of season 2 that I simply cannot wait for is that I will be inviting some of your faves in this space for us to have conversations of substance, to love, people that we've loved to love, whose journeys have inspired us, people who encourage us to challenge the way we think, the way we move, the way we engage with ourselves and each other. Content creators, performers, storyteller, writers, producers, wena mang mang, wena sbanbani. Man! They're going to be right over here, and it really is about having conversations that allow them to unmask and unveil and not be so consumed with presenting themselves a certain way for social media and their line of work, but just to say, Candace, yay! And whatever it is that follows thereafter. So rest assured, this is going to be the platform where I'm going to continue educating you guys. One of the episodes that are coming up very soon is how to audition via self-tape. So self-tape auditions, make sure you're in tune for that, but also Presenter 101. Those are going to be coming up soon, along with conversations with some of my favorites. So make sure that you subscribe, that you like, that you do all the things to ensure that you're on the pulse and you're on the beat and you're walking on this incredible journey with me, because like I said, it promises to be a super jam-packed one. My fellow friends, lovers, and people of the 5 Minute Call, thank you so very much for giving me your time and offering me your ears, your attention, and really just your energy. I feel it. I feel it through the camera. I feel it through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm giving you guys so much love and so much encouragement. Remember to stay authentically true to who you are. There are many photocopies in the world. I think we can honestly say that, but no one is as magical as you are. Own the greatness that you are. Own the quirks, or own the perfectly imperfect aspects of who you are, because they're what are worthy of being celebrated. They certainly are. From me, Tumelo Candace Mudisele, of the 5 Minute Call and Functions XYZ. Thank you so much, and consider yourselves blessed.
Bless up.
Do, 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 do.